Welcome to UCCSC 2012. We're very pleased to have the turnout that we have. Not everybody is here yet. We do have, I believe officially, 233 registrants this year. So it's we should be at capacity throughout most of the next 2 days. We this year have, I believe, 42 sessions available on our program schedule. You notice that our time slots dropped down to 40 minutes and from 50, and that was so that we could accommodate as many presenters as wanted to come and present this year. So we've got a good solid program. I think that will be very informative and give you a lot of opportunities to learn and to network with your colleagues around the system. Every session in the theater, this is the Crutch Theater, will be videotaped by our Campus Educational Technology Services group. So anybody that's in this, comes to sessions in this particular room, it will be videotaped. So just so you know that, the room is equipped with mics, so there will be opportunities throughout for our audience participation and questions. I wanted to point out the theater that we're in this morning. This is the Crutch Theater. It is on the National Historic Landmark Registry. The campus that we're on is the Clark Kerr campus, which was originally a school for the blind and the deaf. And in the 1960s, UC purchased this land and its buildings. Today it's used, this building is building number 14, and it is the conference center, so we have our breakout rooms as well as the auditorium here. If you go up the hill a little bit, you'll see there are a lot of other buildings which are today used mostly for student dormitories. During the summer, there is a summer conference program, and so conferences that are in residence over the summer often will stay in those buildings. We had hoped to be able to put you guys in the buildings, but it turns out that they really are for people in residence here, with the the majority of the conference attendees staying there. So because we have a large Bay Area contingent here, we didn't meet the criteria for that. But I hope all the out-of-towners are enjoying the accommodations that you were able to get. And if you have any questions, those of us in these beautiful tie-dyed shirts are the core Berkeley team. So if you have any questions, any problems, need any help with anything, find someone in a tie-dyed shirt and they will be able to assist you. Just a couple housekeeping things. The bathrooms are located down this hall and to the right. So just beyond the breakfast table, turn right, and the bathrooms are there. There's also an elevator there if anybody needs to use the elevator to go upstairs. In addition to the theater, we have sessions in room 102, which is directly across the way from the theater. And then if you go down this hallway and down is about a half flight of stairs, room 104 is down those stairs. And then 203 and 204 are up on the second floor, and the stairs are at the down the hallway as well. We will be doing breakfast and lunch here. The courtyard is available to us the entire conference, so feel free to use that in whatever way makes sense for you. We do have 9 tables with umbrellas, and those tables will be used for birds of a feather. You maybe noticed the old school chalkboard in the main corridor. That it has a column labels 1 through 9. Those are for the tables in the courtyard, and the times that are available to do birds of a feather. So that's you create that yourself. So if you want to meet with a group of people or put a discussion group together or whatever, sign up for time on that chalkboard. The other side of it is a corkboard, and there's a great big map of the Cal campus. We also have the little Post-it notes out there and some ink pens and push pins. You don't need the push pins for this, I'm sorry. We have Post-it notes and ink pens. If there's a restaurant or a place or something that you have found that you really like and want to share that, a nice collaborative activity is to write that on a little Post-it note and find it on the map and put it up there for others to have. Also on the end of the chalkboard, bulletin board, there's some hanging little notepads, and there's a box of push pens and some ink pens out there. So if you want to leave a message for someone or you're trying to get a hold of someone, feel free to put a message up on the corkboard there. For those of you who need access to a computer, if you go all the way down this corridor, down the stairs and out the door, and turn into the next building, which is building 12, there's a kiosk there with 4 computers, and they're hooked up to a printer. So if you need anything like that, that's available. I think that's it for the moment on housekeeping, so I want to move to our speaker this morning, who is Lyle Nevels. Lyle is functioning for the university here at Berkeley as the interim associate vice chancellor over campus IT, and he serves as our CIO at this time. Our former CIO has left. There's an active search, and so Lyle has stepped up to the plate to help us through this transition. Lyle has been on campus since 2008. He has been the CIO and Executive Director of Facilities for the Haas School of Business. So without further ado, I'll turn it over to Lyle.
Thanks. Let's do this here. Good morning. How everybody doing? Oh, come on. We can do better than that. How everybody doing? Yeah, go Bears. So thanks for having me today. I really appreciate it. And thanks for all of you who have made the way out to Berkeley. The Computing Services Conference has been going on for 30 years now. That's just absolutely amazing. Some really serious staying power. And it really goes to the work that Shelley and team and others who have put these on in the past have done to make it a very, very fruitful conference. And I think over the next couple of days, you guys are going to come away with a great deal. One of the other outstanding things about this is we have someone here. Yao Man, where are you? Yao Man, stand up. Yao Man actually attending today and attended the very first conference 30 years ago. Is there anyone else in the audience that attended 30 years ago? Wow, that's crazy. So this theme this year is collaboration, right? So how do we get things done in a collaborative way across the campus, across our different units, with our business partners, with other UCs, and other partners that we might be working with. And so we're going to talk a little bit about some of the examples that Berkeley has undertaken in today's environment around collaboration. Some of those include the Google deployment. We've been working very closely with UC Santa Cruz. We are migrating from our existing calendar solution and email solution to Google. And as a matter of fact, in the last couple of weeks, we've migrated to Google Calendar, and we've affectionately named it BCal. And it was very successful. And the reason for that success is because we're able to collaborate with folks like Santa Cruz and their technical team to have a very, very successful implementation. I actually think Santa Cruz is going through their migration this morning. How's that going?
It's done.
Woohoo! Great. So that's fantastic. So there's one example of collaboration across the UC system. Another one is Barabai. We've recently completed a project. It's a procurement system in collaboration with UCSF, which was very, very successful. And it allows us to put ourselves on a purchasing and procurement system that allows us to leverage the purchasing power across the UC. And so it's been very, very successful initiative. Another area is around identity management. We're working very closely with UCSF and ourselves. We've actually, in this spring, created a dual organization that's managed by somebody by the name of Deborah Chamberlain, who is managing 2 teams around the identity management access programs. And both UCSF and Berkeley are on different paths and at different places. We have some technologies that UCSF would like to use. UCSF has some technologies that we would like to use, and we're building this platform together, and over the course of the next 18 months, those things will come together. Quite an effort. Some other areas that we are working on with UCSF is around Joint Administrative Computing Standardization Program. And this is a standard program around procurement of desktop and laptop machines and standards around that, which has been very successful. Really kind of thinking about it, how do we get a standard platform around desktop and laptops, both Microsoft products as well as Apple products, again, to leverage the technology to standardize on processes and imaging solutions, as well as the procurement side of things. So very looking forward to progress in that area. And you know, beyond the things that we're looking at today, I'd kind of maybe tell a little bit of a story. I worked at Apple Computer for about 13 years, way back in the early days from 83 to 96. Very rewarding. Worked in manufacturing, as well as online services business, as well as in the corporate world. And I had an opportunity as I was thinking about today's conference and what you folks are going to hear over the next couple of days, kind of look back and said, what really made Apple so successful, at least for me, in the way that I thought about it? And it was really where manufacturing, engineering, marketing, communications, business units, suppliers, vendors, all came together in a collaborative way to deliver a solution that meet the needs of the customer. And that's really what we're talking about here, right? How do we come together as a community to share best practices, to explore new ways of doing things with an open mind, and collaborating together to make that a very big success. And when I think about that, I probably was involved in 12 to 13 new product launches over my 13 years there. There were probably about half of those that were very, very successful. And those that were successful actually required collaboration, and they did a very, very good job. Those that were not successful, they didn't collaborate very well. And so I think we have an opportunity to learn from each other over the course of the next couple of days to really take advantage of that. And then also over the weekend, I was thinking I actually had an opportunity to attend a leadership program at Cornell last week. And part of that exercise that we went through, it was with 5 other universities: Cornell, NYU, Columbia, Stanford, Berkeley, and Argonne. And part of the exercise that we actually had a speaker come and talk to us. His name was Ted Dodds, CIO of Cornell. And he was kind of going through some challenges that he's been faced with over the past couple of years as they've implemented their operational excellence program. Some of you guys know a little bit about operational excellence and Bain & Company coming in and doing consulting. Well, he actually tasked us with, over a 25-minute time period, to help him solve 5 problems that he's been dealing with for probably 15 months now. So we went away, we broke up into different groups from people from different universities and tackled those 5 problems. And when we got back, we did a little presentation on the 3 to 5 solutions or ideas that we would suggest that he take when he goes back to the office. And it was very, very, very interesting. Lots of new ideas, lots of great discussion. And one of the things that he actually said before he left was, I've spent the last 15 months with consultants and spending an incredible amount of money with consultants. And in 25 minutes, I've got the bang for my buck, more so than I spent with all those consultants. And the group of people that were in the room were really all of you, folks just like you in the types of jobs that you do every single day. And so it was very telling. And I think, as I've kind of heard some others say in the past, I've heard them speak, the answer is in the room. I think the answer is in the room, and hopefully over the course of the next few days, you will be able to realize that, and you'll have a very rewarding experience. So thank you very much, and I appreciate it, and have a great day. Oh, the other thing I actually would like to say is all the folks with the fancy T-shirts, right? So Shelley, Norm, Yutin, Tanya, Natalie, Ben, Devin, Tracy, John, absolutely fantastic job. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Don't run off yet.
Don't run off.
Okay, so to stimulate your collaborative juices, we have some commemorative prizes. So we printed quite a number of these shirts. Not all of them are tie-dye. Not everybody wants a tie-dye shirt. They say UCCSC and 30, commemorating the 30 years. The first prize we'd like to give is to Lyle. So here's your shirt.
Thank you.
Thank you.